What are you waiting for? It's good, it's clean. It protects, it saves lives. Let's circumcise. What are you waiting for, Zimbabwe?
I'm Sharon Lemkhamukoni, Program Officer for VMMC.
My name is Melusi Mdhlalambi. I'm a Program Officer for VMMC South Africa program. I'm responsible for demand creation.
Melusi Mdhlalambi, the Chief of Party, and ida.asia, the Country Director.
Jhpiego South Africa, as a development organization, obviously works with the poorest of the poor. We work in rural communities with the most vulnerable people. And our purpose is to reach out to those vulnerable communities and ensure that they have access, utilization to quality services. Like I said, if you look at your health service, we obviously respond to government priorities, and VMMC or medical male circumcision as a government priority currently. We, within the provinces that we're working, we do take services to the people. We are challenged with infrastructure within government setup at the moment, and therefore cannot rely on adequate infrastructure when we deliver our services. And procuring the mobile service was the ideal for us to take services to the people and ensure that we operate within space that meet our standards and ensure quality to the people we serve. I think when we designed the truck, we designed it around the idea that what we want to take to the people must meet the standards of Jhpiego, quality having been the most important. Also to ensure that we never violate the rights of any client and only giving the best the way you would expect to receive the best when you access those services. So we wanted to ensure that the client have access, not just access, but also be able to utilize that service, and whatever we providing should be quality, and then also to ensure that we comply with especially infection prevention measures.
The challenges that we had previously was space, especially with government clinics, and also having to arrange site assessment. It was a hassle for us to get hold of management within the clinics. So right now we just arranged that we're having a truck which is having everything. So we've also, now we are also able to go and do circumcision without any site assessments because the truck has everything.
Before we procured the truck, we had a number of challenges that we encountered because we have to go for site assessment. That most of the clinics they have challenges with space, but having the truck, we can just allocate this and say, no, don't worry about the space. We'll just bring the truck. What we need is just a connection to the electricity and water, then that's it. Services are being offered without interrupting the day-to-day running of the clinics.
The conceptualization of this mobile truck was an idea that actually came out in our regular update meetings with CDC, because we're looking at innovative ways of actually improving the numbers that we were doing. And the idea came up because one of the partners was actually procuring a truck. So we visited them, we talked to one of the implementing partner, we also talked to others who are not necessarily doing MMC, and we actually could see that there's room for us coming up with a mobile truck for MMC. And I think one of the partners was also using it for a clinical trial on prepex and piloting it. So the idea was mooted, but we were not sure how the technical design will look like. So we wanted to design something that will still allow us to do high volumes and still go to rural areas, and something that will be innovative, but of course something that's safe and is designed properly by engineers. So that's how we came up with the concept. We sat down with the team, drew some diagrams, and looked at how the patient flow will be like and how we can actually ensure optimum use of space and load it as much as it can so that it's a self-contained unit. So that, because we're not engineers, we had to solicit the support of engineers from one of the companies that freely helped us to design it. And so we came up with a plan. We submitted our rough sketch. They turned it into a drawing and sent it to us, but they said the best way for you to be sure that this is what you need is you need to come down to Durban and see the exact model. So we then asked for a quotation, got the 3 beads, and we selected the best company that could design the best mobile.
We've introduced the mobile track tour program because we wanted to introduce VMMC on the go, whereby we are able to go where the clients are. And this has been a wonderful experience because we really saving cost on paying for taxis and being available. And it's also marketing the program because it's having some advertisement outside.
The truck is branded and everyone can see, can read it, because it's branded with bold letters saying this truck is solely used for medical male circumcision. And what normally happens, will loud hail using the truck followed by the Jhpiego vehicles, directing people to the site where we are going. And we have seen numbers coming through because people want to experience how is it being done inside the truck and how efficient can the VMMC team use the truck to circumcise.
Inside the truck, the client flow, we've got a veranda outside where client will be sitting and waiting to be circumcised. So while they are sitting, they'll be watching a video on circumcision of what is going on inside. And then they go in for counseling and testing. We've got a counseling room which is private and confidential. From there, they will move into change room where they will have to put on their sterile gowns and then move in to do their physical examination, and then they go into theater. In theater, we've got 3 beds and then all the equipments that are needed for circumcision. Also, like for instance, your diathermy. Because of the space available inside the truck, we are able to put all consumables in there. And in terms of HR, it can accommodate 2 to 3 nurses, and it has been done in such a way that when you are inside in theater, you are able to do everything, circumcise and even your waist. They have also made sure that you don't go in and out to maintain sterility. And if you are short of anything, you don't have to go out and shout for material to come through. There is storage facilities where you can get everything there.
And remember, the masses that you are saving, they are from poor communities, and it's very difficult for them to come to access the services in clinics where we are operating. So taking the truck to them, it makes life very easy for the program because we can take the truck there and people can come with no costs involved.
Per day, we are able to move from one side to another. We are able to do minimum 3 sites a day.
So after doing the conceptual design and coming up with the specs of the truck, we then sent out the specifications to 3 providers to give us quotations if they could design it. Of course, it was a very complex project, but we insisted that we get bids from different companies. We got 3 bids, but of course the company that helped us with the conceptualization gave us a better design and a better deal. And when we got the 3 bids, in the country we have a tender committee that reviews any procurement that's at a certain amount and above. And I'm fortunate to be the chair of that tender committee. So we sat down, reviewed the bids, did our motivation and our bid analysis, and we then got approval from the management, both the finance officer and of course the country director. And at that point, we then visited the selected provider to review the model. So they drew everything on the ground, and we were literally walking through the spaces just to be sure that what they offered us on the bid and the analysis we did, they'll be the best suppliers.
Because I said I'm a demand creation officer, it makes life easier for me because the truck can mobilize on its own because it's branded. People can see that this is a VMMC truck and they will come in numbers with that mindset saying we want to see how it's being done inside the truck.
I think any service cannot be run in isolation, and in South Africa we do integrated service delivery, and the mobile truck has got so much potential because this is a huge investment, so we're also looking at future potential of this truck, and integrated service delivery for us is the way to go. So we're looking at integrating it with MMC, with all our other programs, and of course if we integrate with other programs we're also looking at cost share, making this mobile truck then more cost efficient.
There was one experience that caught my attention. We went to one site at Lisedi sub-district and people came in numbers looking for immunization for Ebola. And the one lady from the crowd said, no, but guys, look, it's written there, it's for medical male circumcision. So they went back, came back with their boys, and we managed to do plus minus 15 boys on that day. So that's why I'm saying the truck on its own, being branded, bold letters, it can market the program without us, the foot soldiers, even saying a word. I think for Jhpiego, we are known to be innovative. This is one of the innovative ways of bringing the services to the people, circumcision in motion.
Now that we've got it manufactured, we've taken delivery of it, and we've put arrangements of where it will be parked. The branding has been done on the truck. It looks stunning. And we have hired a driver with special skills, and we've piloted the use of the mobile truck. We believe that from now onwards we can proceed as if success is inevitable because everything is in place.
The successful procurement and utilization of this mobile truck is really due to the amazing VMMC South African team under the leadership of our Chief of Party, Melusi. The regional team is with major input from Jabin, also Jeffrey from Kenya, and then of course we cannot forget our global team for their continuous support and guidance by Kelly, Tiggy, Alicia, Rachel, Lauren, hope I'm not leaving out anyone here, and then of course having support from the Department of Health. That's always very special because we do support and complement government services. And last but not the least, CDC, because without the funder we absolutely could not do this. We have a fantastic relationship with CDC in South Africa, and our job is always to delight the donor.
What are you waiting for? It's cool, it's clean, it protects, it saves lives.